Woodside had to get rid of it. Kicks off over the middle. What a shot!
Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. There is good football happening in the AAF. It's just spotty and rarely sustained for more than a drive or two per night. The two exceptions may be the Birmingham Iron defense and the Orlando Apollos offense, which will be fun to watch when those two teams meet Saturday, and one team can claim they are unequivocally the best on one side of the ball. Today we'll recap every Week 4 AAF game. And if you're looking for AAF stats, check out noextrapoints.com. They are better than the AAF website for stats, much like the way my show is better than Real Housewives, but try convincing my wife of that. That's Good Sports. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want. Also, this episode is sponsored by Manscaped.
Aerospace engineers got bored after they conquered outer space, so they decided to focus their brain power in a more important direction, designing skin-safe technology that makes manscaping easy for everyone. From the lawnmower to the plow to the new out-of-this-world crop mop ball wipes, the universe is vast, which means there's probably alien life forms out there somewhere. Use Manscaped ball wipes so the alien life forms don't grow below the belt. They're also handy for polishing your space helmet. Like the parts on a spaceship, the ceramic blade on the Manscaped Lawnmower 2.0 is easily replaceable. If Tom Hanks can fix Apollo 13 without gravity, you can swap parts on your pube mower. Men, if you want to be cleared for liftoff, keep it trim and keep it fresh down there with Crop Mop Ball Wipes. Save 20% with promo code SPORT20 or my link in the description for your manscaping kit today.
San Diego Fleet lose to the Memphis Express 26-23. Now, I said the Express would get their first win after my little birds told me they would. And to sum up this game best, I turn to Lord Varys, one of the best to play the game.
So, the fleet, it's been burned.
So far in the AAF, the only things we've been able to highlight on special teams have been dropped punts and missed field goals. That changed Saturday when Ron Brooks caught this shitty punt in a dead sprint, leaving the Memphis cover team no chance to catch him under the punt hang time of bowling ball. You can be that bad at punting if you're also the best tackling punter in the league. The Express were able to cut that lead in half on a field goal after Zach Mettenberger really Hackenberged himself, underthrowing a go-ahead touchdown here.
Horribly underthrown.
Zach is 6'5". The last time he came up this short, he was 3 years old. Or last week when he tried to pay rent after getting his AAF game check. Receiver Dantes Ford nearly took this slant route the distance. He's a great candidate to make the Patriots roster, I think. He has the ability to make the quarterback stats look great, while the QB literally just throws 5-yard passes all career long. Ford finished the drive with a 6-yard touchdown catch. At the top of the second quarter, though, we learned that Mike Singletary fired Mike Martz in the NFL.
Mike Singletary had to let Martz go after the season he was appointed as head coach.
That's almost as awkward as this. Maybe Mettenberger needs some of those Manscaped ball wipes. The problem with playing quarterback in San Diego is your time behind center is fleeting. Just let that one sink in. Philip Nelson left with a shoulder injury, and Alex Ross comes in and just drops a dime down the right sideline into the end zone for a third Fleet touchdown. That would turn out to be the only impressive thing Ross did, as the Fleet's lead would disintegrate behind Zach Mettenberger's comeback. I will say Memphis linebacker Drew Jackson had a monster game. 13 of 14 tackles, 4 for a loss, 4 passes defended, 1 sack, 1 interception, and a golden ticket back to the NFL. Sorry, Drew Jackson. You are for real. Latarius Grady, aka the Bear Trap, clamps down on Alex Ross's leg here for a huge sack on 3rd down with 10 minutes left in the 4th. Maybe Ross should try and find some new friends, because not even Joey or Chandler are buying that this isn't a fumble, Ross. A favorable break for the Express, unless you listen to the announcers.
I don't understand that either.
I don't understand it. You're out coaching yourself.
Chill, announcer dudes. Mettenberger has this. A perfect corner pass, followed by a draw, and the Express tie the game behind 8 points. Now, I do commend the announcers for distributing their insults equally, as they really laid into Mike Martz when he inexplicably ran this fake punt.
And the trick play by Mike Martz backfires.
Mike Martz, that's one of those, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That was incredibly dumb, Mike. The opposite, though, of stupid is Memphis signing new kicker McGinnis this week. He was 4 of 4 with a long of 46. He accounted for nearly half of the Express points in their first victory against the Fleet's 4th choice for quarterback. Orlando Apollos defeat Salt Lake 20-11. Even though head coaches Steve Spurrier and Dennis Erickson have been coaching for roughly 100 years, this was the first time they ever faced each other. This is also the first time Steve Spurrier has ever coached a game in the state of Utah, which feels impossible, but Will and I forgot to finish this sentence with a joke. Sorry. This was the first snow game in the AAF, and the Stallions' Twitter was all over the Game of Thrones reference. Snow games are either amazing or a snooze fest. What would this one be? I don't know, I fell asleep while watching it. It did look like a beautiful winter wonderland, or like Al Pacino's nasal passages in Scarface, or maybe like Utah's census. Either way, snow games at night make me think of Patriots Broncos, and that's good enough for me. This game started with the Apollos and Stallions trading field goals. Orlando connected on 2, Salt Lake hit on 1. Then after Davon Smith had a nice run down the sideline, even though he probably couldn't tell where the sideline was, just like Colorado drivers after this avalanche hit I-70 the other day. Welcome to Colorado, where real avalanches are more dangerous than our avalanche hockey team. Natural disasters reclaimed their dominance once teams like the Colorado Avalanche and Miami Hurricanes faded in the early 2000s. On Orlando's first possession in the third quarter, Garrett Gilbert put the Apollos up by 8 with this 20-yard touchdown pass to Dante Dye Jr. But Gilbert was the one who almost died on that play, taking a massive hit that probably left a snow angel on the 30-yard line. Orlando then tacked on a 2-pointer with a running back pass to go up by 10. Salt Lake came back and did what they do well, run the football. They ran for 116 yards in total and got back into the game with a nifty little 14-yard touchdown run from Joel Bagno, plus the 2-point conversion to make it 14-11. That is until the very next possession. Garrett Gilbert kept finding Charles Johnson, who had 9 catches for 105 yards and is the only receiver in the AAF with multiple 100-yard games. He also scored the most fantasy points this week for whoever the fuck plays AAF fantasy football. They worked the ball down to the 2 where Akeem Hunt kicked it outside and got into the end zone. Yes, I said Akeem. Orlando goes up 20-11 and stayed up for the rest of the game. And now the Apollos are the only undefeated team in the Alliance. The Iron fall to the Commanders, 12-11.
Woodside had to get rid of it. Clicks off over the middle. What a shot!
Joel Powell delivered the hardest hit in the AAF since week 1. Mike Berkovici's ears are still ringing from that play, by the way. Week 1 was also the last time anyone believed Luis Perez was an NFL caliber quarterback. Although he looked pretty good here, rolling out, dumping it off to Trent Richardson for a pretty good gain up the middle. Leave it to Trent Richardson to eclipse his rushing total for the game on 1 reception. That's right, he would only finish the game with 15 rushing yards. He got 19 on that last play. Now, as they would need, the Commanders got a bit lucky. An 18-yard gain here on a drop pass that fell into another receiver's hands. Another one of roughly 4,396 passes that have been dropped by the Iron this season. And yes, here it comes. Here's the joke. It's almost like their hands are made of iron. Yeah! Yeah! Do you think you need to be talented to write this shit? You don't! That's the secret. This is easy. You say anything and you have a YouTube following. Kenneth Farrow had 144 rushing yards, becoming the first Farrow to cover that much ground since Mia had to backtrack after not cropping out her Google search at the top of a picture of her daughter. This was the first loss in franchise history for the Iron. And it's really too bad because it happened a week before they play Orlando, who are the only undefeated team at 4-0. That game could have been big, not just for Orlando and Birmingham, but for the AAF as a whole. Now all they have to hang their hat on is that I, Brandon Perna, am the official voice of the league. And that right there is enough to fold immediately. But when you put up 11 points at home, you probably deserve to lose. The Iron put up one of the most impressive goal line stands I have ever seen. They got flagged for pass interference, but they stuffed Commander run after 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 Commander run. I forgot how many times they actually stuffed the run, so I just said it enough to cover my ass in editing, which forced the Commanders to settle for a field goal. That series almost made up for the fact that the Iron fucking lost. Almost. And this is why I am off the Luis Perez bandwagon. He has an eternity to throw the ball here on the goal line. The most time I have ever seen a quarterback have to make a decision since Andrew Luck trying to watch YouTube videos on his flip phone. Perez had about 30 seconds to throw the ball, at which point he still failed to complete a touchdown pass. No pass rush, a penalty, and you still can't close the deal, Perez. Trent Richardson ran it into the end zone to make it a 1-point game after Perez threw the 2-point conversion when he again had all day to complete a 3-yard pass. By the way, 4 weeks and still no touchdown passes for Perez somehow. He surpassed Case Keenum's 3-week drought from 2018. And now the number one thing I'm rooting for is a Birmingham Iron championship with 0 Perez touchdowns. That would make my dreams come true. Orion Stewart ended this game with an interception on the onside 4th down conversion thing that I can't tell whether or not I love or hate. In the final game, the Legends get their first win over the Hotshots. Here's your AAF fun fact of the week, kids. 3 teams scored just 11 points this last weekend, and all of them lost. Just like most NFL quarterbacks to wear the number 11. Drew Bledsoe, who handed us the biggest L in NFL history by getting hurt and letting Tom Brady steal a Super Bowl or 3 from him. Phil Simms also wore number 11 and basically invented the term game manager. His son Matt wouldn't be so lucky, as getting blasted on the opening drive would suggest. Simms was hit so hard, he thought his dad was Tony Romo and not Phil Simms. Or maybe wished. Hard to say. Not only was the ball fumbled due to a Matt Simm's pinky injury, Aaron Murray replaced Simms on the next series at quarterback, which is what Atlanta fans have been calling for weeks now. Maybe Murray is better, or maybe he's just lucky that this screen pass goes all the way down to the 9-yard line after a 36-yard run. But you know what they say, legend's gonna legend, and take the term red zone too literally and use it as a signal to stop their drives. Here's something that might look familiar to Broncos fans. Raheem Moore giving up a massive gain to a guy in a purple fucking jersey. I would make a joke about this, but like South Park taught us, it takes 22.3 years for a tragedy to become funny. So I'll get back to you with the real joke in April of 2035. You might consider the safety the Hotshots gave up for a joke though. The spirit of Isaiah McKenzie was strong with Rashad Ross on this play. How many dumb safeties are there going to be before coaches start telling returners the only thing that will stop them from going backwards? The end zone is made of hot lava, guys. The legend grows. Christian Hackenberg isn't the worst QB in the AAF. It's whoever is playing the position when Atlanta is in the red zone. Not only did they squander a touchdown here, they shit away 3 points on this terrible fake field goal attempt. The one thing Aaron Murray brings to the Legends offense is the ability to make big plays with his legs, also takes hits just as well as Simms, and is probably a better passer than Simms. So the only thing he brings to the offense is better QB play on every level. That's it. Other than that, I would say Matt Simm is better. And then, with 1 minute, 49 seconds left in the second quarter, on March 3rd, 2019, the red zone curse for the Legends is broken! Yeah! Oh, sorry. I already did an over celebration. 2 would be too much. You might as well call John Wolford James Honeyman Scott, because the Hotshots are pretenders. Hey John, is that brass in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see me? My favorite kicker in the world, Young Ho Koo, kicks the game winner for the Legends. Koo is 7 for 7 this season, and I think he's starting to prove that the Chargers gave up on him too early. Just like Drew Brees, Michael Turner, and Darren Sproles. That is it. That is week 4 recapping of the Alliance of American Football. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, Instagram at Brandon Perna. Give my writing partner at WillKey6 a follow on Twitter. He helps me write these football episodes, and he's a nice guy. A lot of free agency and NFL news coming up over the next week and a half. So make sure you check back here every day. I'll be cranking out videos like I'm on crank.